not gonna lie, Nike is going crazy with these colorways right now. Yo guys, Zakaragi here for another episode of Toilet Reviews, where we'll be going over the Nike Jaw 3 in the Channel 12 colorway. I'm really liking this mismatch we got going on here, but before we get into things, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot, so go ahead, do all those three things, and if you don't want to, then oh well, I can't make you, but without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So I already did my full-length performance review for these shoes as well as a short-form performance review as well. So this is just a sort of review and breakdown of this colorway. So just keep that in mind. I won't be going over too much of the performance aspects here, but this is the Channel 12 colorway, and I believe they're set to release in a couple days, like September 4th or 5th. Whatever day it is, I don't know, because at the time of recording, it's still a couple days from now. But anyways, these are awesome. I really like the blue and the yellow and how it contrasts with each other. And then we do have the yellow laces on the blue pair and then the red laces on the yellow pair. Super fire. And I want to know from you guys actually, which pair do you like more? Do you prefer the blue pair right here, or do you prefer the yellow pair right here? Would you have rather it be just all yellow or all blue? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys cared enough to know what I think, me personally, you know, it's really tough to decide. The blue is really nice and the yellow is pretty tough as well, but I hate making these decisions live on camera, but I'm gonna go with the yellow pair. That's what I prefer to have for like a matching left and right pair, for like a full solid colorway. Maybe I might change my mind, but I'll let you guys know in the comment section if anything. But there's a lot of cool details throughout the shoe. I mean, there's literally jaw logos everywhere. So it's featured on the uppers, on the tongue, it's featured on the outsole. It is literally all over the shoe. Now, I don't mind that. I think that's honestly pretty cool. You know, you're owning up to who you are within the shoe. You're letting people know that this is undeniably your shoe, Ja Morant's shoe. So I like that, honestly. And there's other cool details, like it says 12 written out on the back portion of the shoes. So on the blue pair, it's written out in red, and then on the yellow pair, it's written out in blue, just so it kind of stands out a little more. And then when you put both shoes together, the shank plate actually has the number 12 when you put them together, which is really cool. And then surrounding the numbers on each shank plate, it does say a different thing on each one. So on the yellow pair, it does say, "A happy jaw is a scary jaw." Let's hope he doesn't get too happy just given his past history. And then on the blue pair, it says, "I'm not even worried about proving them wrong." I'm not gonna lie, the placement of the words around the numbers is a little bit confusing in my opinion. Like for this blue pair right here, I thought it said something completely different at first, but maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys have seen the same thing with your pairs of jaws if you have any at the moment. But you know, while I remember, these actually are gonna retail for $130 US or $160 Canadian. Now that's about mid-tier pricing, not too bad, especially for what you get out of these shoes. And then the box that the shoes come with, same thing as the last pair that I reviewed. We got that sort of vintage rock tee look on the box right there with all the lightning and whatnot. And it still says that other stuff on it, like worldwide, VIP only, admit one. So, you know, I guess they're kind of alluding to that Ja is on a world tour across the NBA. That's my guess for it, but yeah. Now getting more into the actual shoes themselves, so when it comes to materials, these do have a textile mesh upper, and then layered on top of that, we do have these rubberized Ja logos going all around the shoe here. Now this is mainly just for aesthetics and add durability to the shoe as well. That way if you're like toe dragging or if someone's stepping on your shoes, this, that, and the third, it can take a bit more of a beating here. Now that I'm looking more closely at the shoes themselves, so under the rubberized Ja logos, it actually is a thin layer of fused material as well. So that actually is gonna add a little bit more structure and durability to the shoes, more so than just having just the rubberized Ja logos on it. So When it comes to the interior portion of the shoe here, it is very well padded. This back portion here is nice and cushiony, as well as the tongue very soft and plush. When it comes to how it feels on foot, it definitely does feel very comfortable. Now, there's no break-in time to note also when it comes to these. They're pretty much good to go right out the box, but if you guys did want to see my detailed breakdown of the performance, make sure you click the link up here to watch that full-length performance review. So moving on down to the cushion setup, and these guys feature a full-length hybrid ZoomX midsole. So ZoomX is a foam from Nike, and if you saw my performance review on these, you would know I have a lot of feelings towards how these are on court. I did expect a lot more out of these, especially being that they did use ZoomX within the shoes. I just feel like the implementation of this cushion setup could have been a lot better. It's too caged and too restricted within the midsole because it is within this sort of TPU wrap, and then the outsole does come up on top of that wrap, so not really much room for this foam to compress and expand, but that's how I felt about it on court. Now when it comes to how they feel casually, so just so you guys know, before I do a lot of my performance reviews, I do actually wear the shoes out and do errands in them and whatnot just to break them in a little bit, and that cushion setup actually feels really nice for casual wear. Honestly, I was on my feet all day and they felt really comfortable, so I will give them that at least. So Nike, if you're watching this, improve this setup. You guys are on the right track here. I definitely see some improvements for the future, so let's see what you guys can do. And then taking a deeper dive on the outsole of the shoes here. So for this pattern, it is very non-traditional. I mean, we got repeated jaw logos all throughout the shoe right here. So on this pair, unlike the pair that I reviewed, this is going to be a full-length solid rubber outsole on both colors of the shoe. I mean, that'd be kind of weird if Nike made one shoe solid rubber and the other translucent. That'd be very inconsistent traction because I believe the solid rubber would probably pick up less dust than the translucent rubber, but I'm not gonna go on too much further about that. But what I really like about this traction setup is how it literally goes up across the entire midsole right here on both sides of the shoe. So that's going to really make sure that no matter what type of foot movement you're doing, you are going to get grip. And as far as how these do grip on court, it is pretty good. I'm going to assume that this solid rubber is going to grip better than the translucent rubber, but I'm not going to test it out honestly. Moving along to the sizing and fit of these guys. So for me, I feel like they feel more snug and narrow. Definitely not as snug and narrow as the Jaw 1 and 2. They definitely feel more accommodating, but still not wide foot friendly in my opinion. So if you are a wide footer, I'd recommend going up a half size up, but try them on in store first if you can, because I'm not exactly a wide footer, so don't take my word for gold here. But for me personally, I went true to size and I had no issues whatsoever. So I'm normally a size 10 in most Nike shoes that I wear, but with the size 10 in these guys and had no problems at all. But overall guys, I may have a lot of reservations about the performance about these guys, but I can't deny that these are one of the best looking basketball shoes on the market right now. Like, these colorways that they're putting out are just fire, and I can't wait to see what else they put out along the line here. But comment down below and let me know what you think about these shoes. If you have any questions, any concerns, let me know in the comment section. And I want to know from you guys, which colorway of the Jaw 3 are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comment section down below. But we're at that point in the video now, it's time for hashtag Zacharagi, what you rockin'. And for today, I got one of my all-time favorites right here. This is the Asics Gel Kayano 14s. I am planning on doing a 2-year wear update on these guys because I really beat the crap out of this pair right here. So let me know in the comment section if you guys are looking forward to seeing that. But that is it for today guys. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm signing out. Peace.